Hey guys, I'm coming through with part 2 of coping with loss. So, part 2 of coping with loss is finding happiness again. Finding happiness can be hard when you lose somebody. What I've learned is that I only found my happiness through God. That was the only way I could find my happiness. I'm not even gonna hold you. I'm not trying to be cliche. I'm not trying to even be like that. I'm being very, very, truly honest. When you get to know me, you'll get to know that I am very raw and very real. And I only want to give my honest, true, honest opinion about how I'm feeling. When I was coping with losing my mom, and I still am coping with it, I was so angry with God. I was angry as ever with God. I felt like, how could you do this? How could you take away a woman who was so much to me, who did so much, who got off of drugs, who got off of alcohol, cleaned themselves up, who was going to church, who was totally faithful to you? How could you take her away from me? I did not understand it. So I was mad, and I started being unhappy. I was unhappy with life. No matter what anybody did, my husband would try to do stuff for me. People would try to do stuff for me to lift me up. I was not happy, and I lost everything that meant anything to me because I was so angry. I almost lost all my friends. I was so angry. I was taking my anger out on everybody that I could. Finally, it dawned on me that is not going to work. So what I did was I first found God again, because I had him in my life all the time. He ain't never going nowhere. I just had to reconnect with him, and that's what I did. I reconnected with God, started reading my Bible, started reading this book called Daily Prayers. It was like a daily prayer book. It was a meditation book, and I don't know where that book is at. I actually need to find it, but it was a book that I wanted to focus on. And so I started reading the prayers every day and meditating on them. Me and my husband began to pray together every morning, or before we went to work. We would pray together, and we still do to this day. We are like praying together every day. We're trying to incorporate that, and when we forget, we pray over the phone. If I forget to pray, I call him on the phone like, hey, babe, we forgot to pray today, and we pray together. You know what I mean? 2. That's all it takes for God to be in the midst. And I make sure that we do that every day. It's real important. And it has really helped with me having a good day, a better week, a better moment, a better hour, a better second. When I get, in my feelings about something, or I get a little agitated or irritated, I stop right away and I say, Lord, help me with my attitude. Help me with how I'm reacting to things. Help me with my happiness, God. Bring the joy back into my life again. I keep thinking, will my mind be happy with this? I know I said that in my last coping video. Would God be, and would my mother be happy with this? Shucks, would God be happy with it too? You know what I mean? With how I'm responding, how I'm acting. And I just had to keep on praying. I had to keep on praying, and eventually it got better. Now, the pain doesn't go away. I still am crying. I still am devastated. I'm still am extremely heartbroken. But I can make it through a day. I can smile again. I could be happy again. And I started doing things that I love. Vlogging became a thing. Oh, my burgers are done. It actually helped me to get through some devastating times, man. It helped me to get through some devastating times. And I've now learned something that makes me happy, and that is getting on camera and talking to you guys about things and documenting my IVF journey and helping other people, making other people laugh started to help me. I love to travel. Traveling is my thing. And my biggest thing, I'm extremely happy with road trips. I love road trips. Me and my husband are driving to Orlando. Not his idea, not something he wants to do, but he's going to do it because I want to drive. I want to drive because I love looking out the window. I love seeing the fall leaves, the winter trees, the snow, the cars, the different buildings. I love seeing all the different things. I love stopping at different restaurants on the way. I love everything about road trips. It is uncomfortable though. It's the one thing I could say I cannot stand. So we try to get a big car. We try to rent something nice. Or if we don't rent anything, we take my truck. We don't take his car. And I love it though. I love everything about it. And I actually like it when I'm not driving because I can look out the window. I won't go to sleep the whole time, but I can look out the window. Now I've been driving too. And it's just, I like the mountains, everything about it, man, I love. Because, you know, you go into different states, and when you go into a different state, it's different stuff to see. You know what I mean? So that's something that I'm like extremely into. And we chase diners, drive-ins, and dives. Guy Fieri, man, he's the bomb. And we chase him, and we look for different restaurants and different states to go to and try their food or whatever. So it's like really good for me, and I love it. And so I have been finding joy in that, man, finding joy in God. That was the first thing I had to do. I had to get God back. I had to get him back because I just wasn't okay. I wasn't okay, man. I wasn't okay. And I'm still struggling. We are human, and it is hard. When you lose somebody that you love so much, it's hard. So I'll tell you guys a quick story. My husband suggested that I go into a mental hospital. When my mother first passed away, I was drinking heavily because I thought that would help. That would numb the pain, and it wound up really being a bad experience for me. I was drinking every day. I was on my job drinking. I was just doing the most. And people were helping me. They were looking out for me. They were taking care of me. And it was the best because I thank God that nothing ever happened because something could have. One morning I woke up and I said, I got to call out of work. I was way too wasted. I got to call out of work. I can't go to work like this. My husband said, listen, I should have been did this, but I didn't. So because I didn't do it, I'm doing it now. You're going to go to this place, and you're going to go because you have to. And you either going to go or I'm going to go. And he wouldn't have left me, but he was serious about what he was saying. And so I said, okay, no, okay, fine, I'll go. I was so sad. I went and I did exactly what my husband told me to do. And so I go, and y'all see me trying to hold my phone multitask. I'm going to put it up here for a second. Oops. Can't sit it right there. I'm going to sit it right here. If I can get it to sit. Oh no, this ain't going to work, y'all. Can y'all see me? Okay, I think y'all can. So, I said, okay, husband, I'm going to go. So, I went, did what he asked me to do. I had been doing a bunch of nonsense that I shouldn't have been doing. And he left me there. I had to stay in this hospital for 8 days. Bauer, go somewhere, go. Don't beg. No begging. No, you cannot have anything, any of this. Daddy gave you a snack already. Go. Have a nice day. Go. Bye. Go. Into your crate. Go to your crate. Go to your crate. So, I listened to my husband. I went to this place. I had to stay in a place for 8 days. 8 days. It was the worst 8 days of my life. I seen a lot of things. So the first day, they make you come in and you have to get checked. You have to get checked for items that you could use to hurt yourself. Anything sharp, all kinds of strings had to be pulled out of your sneakers. You couldn't have any strings. You couldn't have any ink pens, anything sharp, keys. You couldn't have a cell phone. You couldn't have anything technology or anything. The only thing that you could have was certain approved clothes, No strings could be in your sneakers or shoes, so you had to wear basically slippers pretty much the whole time, or take your shoestrings out your shoes. You were provided, you had to give your soap products, perfume products, anything that you used to bathe. You couldn't wear perfume, but anything you used to bathe with, you had to give it to them, and they would give it to you every day to brush your teeth, wash up, and all that stuff. It was literally like jail. I had to go through mandatory group therapies. If I didn't go, that took away my chance of leaving any sooner than what they were allowing me to leave. I had to stay for a week. If I didn't go to the programs that they wanted me to go to, I would not be able to leave. The programs were to help you with your coping, but you were in the hospital with different people. Some had schizophrenia, some had bipolar disorder, some were going through grief, some were depressed, tried to kill themselves, some kept repeatedly trying to kill themselves. I will never forget one situation. It was actually two situations I had to deal with there. The first situation, the woman was going through schizophrenia. She was talking to an imaginary person, and the person was telling her to call me a nigger. And she did it. She continued to call me a nigger the entire time. I was getting my blood pressure checked, and that was the problem. They were trying to get my blood pressure regulated, but it wasn't. It was really, really high, and it was getting higher because I couldn't calm down. She was sitting next to me, and she was like, this nigger sitting next to me. Who does this nigger think she is? Who does this nigger think she is? I know. And she was talking to the person that she imagined there, and she kept calling me a nigger. And that sucked. And I tried to explain to my nurse that what was I supposed to do. I was clearly upset, and I didn't know how to handle it. Of course I didn't do anything to her because she's going through whatever she's going through, and I'm going through something too. But I'm like really going through some I'm going through my own thing, and she's going through something else. But she's calling me this racial slur. And it's just me. I can't have my husband. We had visiting hours. My husband could only come and see me during certain times of the day. He had to work, so he couldn't come every day. He could only come on the weekend. We only could get 2 hours, like Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. No visits Monday, no visits Friday. And Saturday and Sunday, we only could get up to 5-hour visits between a certain time and a certain time. It was hell on earth. That was one incident. The next incident, right before I was getting ready to leave, a girl walked up to me and she said, hey, how you doing? My name is such and such. I said, hey, how you doing? She said, what are you here for? I said, well, I lost my mom last month, and I've been handling it really badly. And my husband suggested that this would be the place, for me. And everything in my being told me not to ask this woman why she was there, but I was trying to be nice. So I was like, she stood there for a minute, and I said, well, what brings you here? She said, well. When she said, well, I knew that I probably shouldn't have asked, but whatever. She said, well, my friend told my mom that I'd be having sex with a lot of boys. And, some other stuff she said. And then she said, so I tried to kill her. She made that sound. She did the throat thing, all of that. And I looked at her. And I was like, okay. And then she said, and she was on dialysis. And I called my nurse and I said, all right, Mary, come on. I'm ready to go to bed. So let's go. Those times I hate to remember, and I was thankful when I got out of there. And even when I got out of there, I got sent to a intense group therapy. And the group therapy was the same way. It was different people, it was different things. I had to go through all of that. And it sucked. I never want to go through it again. And I hope that wasn't like something that I maybe shouldn't have shared. If it was, I apologize. I never want to tell anybody's business. I don't name names or anything, and you guys would never know who it is anyway. But I won't be disclosing the hospital. It really doesn't matter. It was a very traumatizing experience that I never want to experience ever again. And if you're going through grief, it's hard to deal with people who are going through things that are somewhat different. I had to be called those crazy names. I had to sleep in rooms with people that were cutting themselves, that were doing, things to themselves. I had to be around that kind of thing, and it's real. Panic attacks, I never thought was real. I was like, panic attacks, what in the world is that? And then I had one, and I was like, oh crap, this is the worst feeling in the world. Feeling like you are about to die, and you don't know what to do. You can't stop it. You just going through something. I've never been able to explain this right, but it is the worst. I had to find God, y'all. I had to find something to help me get through what I was going through, because it was real. I still have panic attacks from time to time. They suck. I found out what the triggers are. The triggers is me not getting enough sleep, and the trigger is alcohol. Hence why I stopped drinking. Hence why I try to get rest. I actually had a panic attack 2 nights ago because I hadn't slept the whole night, because I was trying to stay up, because I knew that if I went to sleep, I would wind up waking up too early and then be up all night. And I tried to make it happen. It didn't work out, because I wound up having a panic attack. And then I found out a second trigger that I didn't even know I had. And panic attacks, they suck. And anytime you're going through any kind of mental health thing, PTSD sucks. I mean, you just watch a traumatizing thing. And trauma can be different for everybody, okay? My brother told me that he thought the only people that went through PTSD was people that were in the Army. That is not true. But that's what he thought. So I say all that to say, y'all, keep on praying, keep on trusting God, and keep on trying to find your happiness, because it's there, it's out there, it's there. You just have to find it again. And it might take time, but you will find it, and it will come to you. You guys be blessed. Make God a part of all of your decision making. I'm praying for every one of you. If you're going through loss, if you have went through loss, if it happened a year ago, 2 days ago, a month ago, it does not matter. The feeling might still be there after 9 years. It might be there after 2 minutes. You might feel like to somebody else it gets easier, but do yourself a favor and don't tell them it get easier with time. Just say, listen, I'm going to keep on praying for you, okay? And if you need me, I got you. I'll be your ear. I'll be your shoulder to lean on. That's what you do for people that's going through loss. That's what you say to them. And maybe they don't want you to say nothing at all. Maybe they just want to call you and be like, listen to me, I'm hurting. I just want to get this off my chest. They might not even want you to talk. Do them a favor. Everybody don't think it gets easier. I surely don't. Everybody might not feel the same as you, and we got to try to realize that. And I've been learning that more and more. The older I get, more I learn that everybody is not the same. How they take things might be different than how you take things. Remember that before you talk. Remember that before you speak, and try to make God a part of everything. Sometimes people might not even accept God. They might be like, man, whatever. God ain't helped me. God took my mom away. God took my dog away. God did this. God did that. You got to understand that everything that you might say to somebody might not be the same the reaction that you might have accepted might not be the reaction that they accept. That's what you got to remember. And it's okay to not be like somebody else. All right. Once again, guys, make God a part of all your decision making. Y'all keep him first, and y'all will prosper. That's the promise. That's a promise from me. That's a promise from God for sure. All right. I love you guys. Be blessed. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I'm going through the IVF process. I'm putting videos up about my experience with losing my mother. I lost my mother February 25th, 2017. She had a stroke unexpectedly. We did not expect this to happen. Everything was fine, and it just happened out of nowhere. And And I also had plastic surgery and weight loss surgery, and I will be getting into that. So subscribe to my channel if you would like to take the journey with me to baby and to get all the tips and tricks that I've been doing to not get over, but get through losing my mother and the things that I've gone through. If you want to be a part of that journey, if you want to be a part of my family, subscribe to that channel, hit the bell notification to be notified every time I make a video. And I will see you guys in my next one. I'm getting ready to go to bed. My husband is upstairs. I got to make his food real quick and take it to him. So I will see you guys in my next video.